So in today's class, now we will start with question number 4. Okay, now the fourth one what they have told, see we were doing this exercise 7.4, okay. So we have to do question number 4, only one sum is remaining, we'll complete that also. And then you have the one words. Okay, now the fourth one says, see, you want to buy some grocery items as per your shopping list. Okay, you have to buy some items from the provision store. So what all they have given? You need to buy some grocery items as per your shopping list that are given in the picture with their price. Okay, you can see over here for chili 1 kg what is the price, for coriander 1 kg what is the price, for garlic, then for tamarind, then for tur dal. All that they have given the price for 1 kg. And now what they are telling is also you have a bag that capacity of carrying is 7 kg. Okay, you have a bag which has the capacity of carrying 7 kg of provision. Using weight ratio approach tabulate to find the total price and how much can you buy more grocery items within your budget of rupees 1000 and not exceeding 7 kg. Because if you buy more than 7 kg, what will happen? That bag, it won't lift that. Okay, maybe the bag will break or something. Okay, so the maximum weight it can hold is 7 kg and your budget is how much? Rupees 1000. Okay, your budget is rupees 1000. So, first what we will do is, now here the shopping list is over here, okay, 2 kg of red chilies. So, you put a table like this. This is the items. Okay, number needed, that is how much quantity is needed, that is number needed, then the price per kg that they have given over here, no, the price per kg, and then the amount. So for 2 kgs what you will do, you have to multiply this by 2, like that, okay. So first heading you will put is items, second heading is number needed, third one is the price, then fourth one is amount. So first what you have, 2 kgs. For 2 kg red chilies, okay, 2 kg red chilies you have this one, 2, that is 2 kg is needed, okay. Price 1 kg is 145, so 145 into 2 you do, you will get 290. So this will give you 290. And then 2 kgs of coriander. So 2 kgs of coriander means what? For 1 kg how much they have given? 130. So for 2 kgs it will be 130 into 2, that is 260. Okay, 130 into 2, that is 260. And then garlic. Okay, 1 kg garlic, they have given the cost as 82. So 82 into 1 will be the same as 82. Next one is 1 kg of tamarind. 1 kg of tamarind what they have given? 99. So 99 into 1 will give you the same as 99. Next one is 1 kg of tur dal. So tur dal also they have given 1 kg 78 rupees. So 78 into 1 will be 78. Okay, now what you have to do is you need to add up all this. The total amount you need to add up. So when you add up, see what you are getting. Okay, when you add up this fully, see what you are getting. This will be 9 plus 8, 17. 7, carry over 1. 9 plus 1, 10. 10 plus 8, 18. Okay, here you have, see, 9, this one is 290, this is 260, this is 82, this is 99 and this is 78. So here you have 0 and here you have 9 plus 8, 17, 17, 18, 19 and then 19 plus 15, what you will get? This will be 34. So this is your 4 and 3, 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 15. Okay, 15 plus 9 and 15 plus 16. So what you will get? This will be 31. Now here you are getting the amount which is more than 1000. Okay, the amount what you are getting that is more than 1000. So like that you have to put the table and you have to find the total amount. Okay, and then what you have to find is using the weight ratio approach, tabulate to find the total price and how much can you buy more grocery items within your budget of 1000. So see your total and see whether it is more than 1000 or less than 1000. And then accordingly you have to decide. Okay, so put this table, find the total price and find the total number of this one. It can't hold more than 7 kgs. So here what you are getting, 2 plus 2, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Exactly 7 kgs. Okay, so it can't hold more than 7 kgs. So this is exactly 7 kgs, no problem. Then you see the total amount over here that you add up and see, and it should not exceed rupees 1000. Okay, so because you have the budget only for rupees 1000. Okay, so this completes your fourth one. And then the next one what you have is the objective types. Okay, the next one what you have is your objective types. So see that. Okay, see, add it properly. Okay, when you add it properly, what you should get? You should get an amount which is less than 1000. Okay, first one is 290, 260. If you want, I'll add it and show you. The first amount you have is 290. The second amount you have is 260. The third amount you have is 82. The next one you have is 99. The third one you have is 78. Okay, so when you add up all this, 8 plus 2, 10, 10 plus 9, 19, 9, carry over 1. And then here you have 9 plus 6, 15, plus 1, 16. 16 plus 8, 24, 24. And here you have 16. So this is 40. 0, carry over 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here you will get 804. Okay, you will get the answer 804. Okay, this answer will be 809. Sorry, 809. This total will be 809, which is less than 1000. Okay, which is less than 1000. So you can buy the things within your budget. So this is how you will do the fourth one. Okay, so put the table and this is 7. So this is how you will put the table and you will find the total. Okay. Now we will go for the one words. Now one words, what they have told is, online or television advertisements influence people on spending decisions by. Now see, when you see this one, advertisement in the televisions and all. Okay. What you will do, that is how they are doing. That is using music, special music, or using attractive pictures, or making them think that they need the item, or all of the above. So you will see all of the above in an advertisement, right? Some music they will put to attract you, or some pictures they will put, okay, or they will tell you the importance of that item. All that will be there. So the fifth one is D option, all the above. Now sixth one you have, when I go for shopping, I will buy. Now see, when you are going for shopping, what you will do? Whatever money you have, with that only you will buy. No, you can't buy anything what attracts you. Okay, because that thing should be within your budget, right? So, when I go for shopping, I will buy something that I need to purchase. Okay, whatever I need, that only I will buy. So, sixth one is C option. Next is the seventh one you have. The best shopping choice is, compare the choices before buying. Okay, you have to compare. Suppose if 2-3 brands are there, you compare. For 1 kg, the cost for this is this much. And 1 kg for the cost of the other brand is only this much. So you will compare like that the cost. Okay, so compare the choices before buying. So seventh one is your B option. So this completes your exercise 7.4 and this completes your sums. Okay, of this chapter. Now, the next what we will do is, we will just be revising, okay. The homeworks what I was giving, that alone we will revise. Okay, so all of you take your page number 178. Page number 178, we will just revise the Pythagoras property, which is very, very important for your other classes also. Okay, so here you have the Pythagoras property. What this property says, see, when you see a right angle triangle, the opposite side is the hypotenuse. Okay, the opposite side is always the hypotenuse, which is the longest side. Okay, a hypotenuse is always the longest side. So, when you see a hypotenuse in a right angle triangle, what you should think? the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Okay, the square of a hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. That is, in this sum, if you take x square equals 9 square plus 40 square. Like that. Okay, so that is what is your right angle triangle and your Pythagoras property. So some 2 or 3 sums we will do. Okay, in some cases you need to transpose. In some cases you have to just find the value of x. Depending on where is the x. Okay, whether it is on the hypotenuse or it is on the other side. So, suppose if I draw a right angle like this. Okay, and if I write the sides of the right angle. Okay, that is if I write the right angle triangle, the sides as, suppose my x is over here. This is my, let's say 10. Okay, this is my 8. So what you will get? This will be, this is the right angle triangle. So this is the 90 degree. The opposite side is always the hypotenuse. So this will be 10 square equals 8 square plus x square. So what's your 10 square over here? 100. 8 square is 64. So minus 64 equals x square. Now this will give you how much? When you subtract, you will get 64 minus this one. So you will get the answer 36. 36 equals x square. So what will be your x value? X will be root of 36. That equals 6. Okay, so this is how you will apply your Pythagoras property. Okay, suppose if I have a triangle like this, 14, if I have like this, see, suppose my right angle in this one is 14. Okay, this one is 14. Suppose if I take this one is my x and this is your 8. See, in some cases you won't get an exact figure, okay. So here you have 14 square equals x square plus 8 square. So what you will get in this case, 14 square is 196 equals x square plus 64. Now transpose it to this side, we will get 196 minus 64 equals x square. So you subtract both and then you have to take the root. And when, suppose if it is not a perfect square, you have to write it in decimals. So this will be 196 minus 64. This is 2. Here you have 3 and this is 1. So your x will be what? Root of 132. So in this case, what you have to do? You have to do the square root, long division square root and write the answer in decimal point. In some cases, you have to do like that also. Okay, one more example we will do. If you have a right angle triangle like this. Okay, here you have 150, here you have 80 and here you have x. The x is on the hypotenuse. So what you will do? This will be x square equals 80 square plus 150 square. So 80 square means what? 8 is 64 plus 15 square is 225 and how many zeros you have to put? 2 zeros you have to put. And then add these two and then take the root. So when you add, you will get 22500 plus 6400. So 00, this will be 9, this will be 6, 7, 8 and this will be 2. So this is 28900. This is your, so x will be what? Root of this thing. The root of this thing is what? Now 289 is what number square? 289 is 17 square. So your x will be 17 and this will be 100. 100 means it is 10. Okay, so this will be 289 into 100. Now 289 is what number square? 17 square. 100 root will be how much? 10. So the answer for this will be 170. Okay, this is how you will do these type of sums using Pythagoras property. Okay, now your homework for today is you have to do these sums. Okay, the same sums you do, this one, question number 3 you do, okay, the same way. The question number 3, all the 5 parts you do. Okay, question number 3, all the 5 parts, you have to use the Pythagoras property. The longest side is always the hypotenuse. So the first one, what you will get? 17 square equals 8 square plus 15 square you have to show. Okay, you have to show that 17 square equals 15 square plus 8 square. Second one, what you have to show? 15 square equals 13 square plus 12 square, like that. Okay, so to complete your third sum as homework for today.